Ooh, it's wet. Wet conditions. Now, this is what I like to see. Now we could be in for something interesting. Who's furthest out? That's a Williams. It's a Williams, but who is it? Or is it even a Williams? It's Braden. Ah, that is no Williams. That's an Alpine. That's an Alpine if ever I've seen one. Let me get on board. No, stop. It literally won and we got on the onboard count. F6. There we go. Through this wet second sector. Oof. Struggling for grip. They are well and truly struggling for grip as we see Braden get going with his first flying lap. Let's knock the volume up a touch again. Flying lap from Braden into turn number 1 through Jones. It looks as though he's just battling for traction with that left rear anyways. Keeps it spinning, keeps his racing line. It's what we like to see for the most part so far. We'll give him the credit where it's due because it's not the easiest thing to do in the first lap of this new CRL season. Wet conditions in Australia is not something that too many of these drivers are accustomed to as we make our way through Albert Road in towards now this turn 6, 7 and the right-hander at 8 down to Clark. Ooh. Over the grass there it seems from Braden. Not doing himself any favours, probably going to lose him some time following that small little stretch into the gravel. Tight left-hander, now at turn 11 into turn 12, now down it towards Croft. Staring down into turn 13 where we see this is the Ascari corner at turn 13. Hangs it wide, cuts in early, drops down as low as 100 kilometers per hour. Gets away well, does get better traction of his exit. It'll be a tight time to say the very least. I don't know about a good time, but we'll see how it fares out now as he makes his way through Prost and finally at turn 16. And over the line we go with Braden, who hits the line finally at last. That's a 1:31.356. It's been beaten straight away, I believe, as well. It has been beaten by George Townsend without any hesitation. Let's see, who's that behind him? Is that Tyler Berry? It's not. Tyler Berry's had a stinker of a start. Ross Vincent for the line. He's starting his flying lap. Ooh, loose. Loose on the intermediates from Ross Vincent. Could have been a bit more harmful. Dio over the line. 4th place for the Belgian. Jake TPA. 7 seconds behind his teammate. Shadow now at the front. The Aston Martin really fast it seems in qualifying. That vehicle was facing the wrong way. And I'm not sure who it was. Ooh, Dio's out. Dio is out. That's on the left-hand side as we come up towards the top of, I believe, Whiteford. Oh, yeah, Dio's in the wall. The McLaren's in the wall in Q1, so that could be the end of his qualifying stretch as is. Yikes. Let's see, who's next? Is that Uncle Deacon? Uncle Deacon will be close to the line, so we'll stick with Uncle Deacon. Uncle Deacon, teammate to Uncle Stewart. Who would have thought the two Englishmen with the two Mercs? It looks as though he's quite gingerly taking some of these corners, but I guess you have to use serious caution, especially in these wet conditions. As Deacon Emerson hits the line, it'll be a bit slow, won't it? It will be. The 3rd slowest time so far, a 1:31.176 set by the Mercedes. Tyler Berry, not going to be next up. Who's next up for the line? Is it Coots? No, it may well be Chiro or Sam Magnuspin. In fact, it's going to be neither. It actually will be Tyler Berry. It will be Tyler Berry next up. Ooh, downshifting. A little audio issue there it seems, but he's coping with it well. It goes up into 8th now on this straight through Ascari. Turn 13, the right-hander straight down, facing Stewart. Into Stewart we go, the slow right-hander towards Croft. Fair enough, Braden. Fair enough, Braden. Tyler Berry, yeah, he's not content. He is not happy with the lap time he put in just there. Back into the pits he will go. Locks the Red Bull. The stand-in for Tom today. Letting it hang a little bit loose here through this first sector. The second sector now as we start going in towards turn 8 around the steep right-hander as we face in towards Clark. I don't think it's the foot down. This is an in-lap. This is an in-lap if ever I've seen one from the Red Bull. Can never be too sure. Chiro for the line now. Will he set a fast time? Will he put himself up there with the best? The answer, not quite. P8. Geg, what's up, Geg? Oh, that's an Alpha in the wall in front. Well, whose Alpha is that? That's Ross Vincent in the barrier at the bottom here. That's turn number 2 past Jones. Lost a bit of that front wing as well, it would seem, as he gets back in towards that race line. Problems for the Italians in Australia. That'll be dealt with, you'd imagine, at the next pit stop. Ross Vincent, as it would be, currently safely into Q2. Wow. Who shift 8? Jack GG. Let's sit with Jack GG, the Red Bull. Jack GG Red Bull. He mentioned before in the group chat how he's a few seconds off a pace. Was that Chiro in the wall just sat there staring at him? I think it might have been. But Jack GG now through his second sector, entering in towards the third now at the bottom of turn 11. The sharp right-hander now at turn 12. He has to try and keep some serious pace now as we approach Ascari at 13. Ascari at 13 and keep some good curb speed, still around 120 kilometers an hour. Traction's still there to be dealt with, but the wet conditions making it so difficult for the Red Bull to accumulate whatever pace he was looking to set in the first place. So Jack GG now, as he approaches the line, the final right-hander off the bottom of Prost, as he hits the line. Jack GG's Red Bull eyeing up anywhere in that front 15. The Red Bull goes second, fastest falls in 400ths of a second behind Shadow in first. Aye, aye, aye. I saw Dio. Dio, what did you do? Let's see. Tyler Berry. Oosh in the pits. It's getting dry. It looks as though that's the case. No more surface water in Melbourne. You're in a VR headset, Sam. What the fuck? Sam, if you got one of those 4D chairs, you get like, what's it called? You can get like the porpoising, so like it snaps your back while you're in there. You're in cockpit view. Oh. Ooh. So now in the danger zone, Braden. Ooh, loose. Like, oh, very. Oh my. Traction is not there, it would seem, for the Alpine. A little lackluster. Get goddamn. Bucko, no way. No way, Bucko. No, lads, I had it in ultra high when I opened up the game. My stream was in 50 FPS. Couldn't handle it. Could not handle it. Yeah, Braden's got to make amends for what's been a bit of a torrid time for the Alpine. He has to make amends, but I don't think now is going to be the top. What was that? What was that? What was that from Braden? FPS is dead? It does. It's going great, Optimus Gag. Benji, it's going good, bro. Ooh. Sorry now, guys. I'm a little bit tired. Had a little bit of a late start today. Tyler Berry in his second sector now. Through Clark on the right-hander. Through the right-hander, it would seem, again with Tyler Berry, through 11 and 12 as he faces down into turn 13 out of Scary. We get to see this small dry patch starting to formulate now. That small dry patch where these drivers will be looking to exploit it for pace. It comes down to who's going to make the swap first. I doubt we're going to see a swap to a hard compound just yet. I think we're going to stick with the intermediates, at least for the remainder of the session. But with the track drying up nicely and the race line being developed, so it's possible. It absolutely is possible. Tyler Berry, second fastest in Q1. GT, George Townsend, as it would stand the quickest in qualifying. The Haas is pretty fast. That much is given as is. So now a little bit of trouble, especially for Sem Magnuspin at the bottom, P16. Ollie Maitland in the danger zone now with the final 4.5 minutes left in qualifying. God damn it, Jack. That's not what I want to hear. That's not what I want to hear. So you can just see the racing line that's being adopted by all of these drivers, all the exact same, very similar in its front. George Townsend, the quickest as we see it so far. Danger zone, as we put it, Ollie Maitland. Oh shit, let me put escape again. As he makes his way through his first sector, 9 seconds off of pace. I don't think he's pushing this time around. In fact, the only people you want to be wary of now is the two Brits in the Mercs. The bunch of uncles, if you will. 13 and 14. A twerking rear end. God damn. God damn. Ooh, late braking by Maitland. Looks to be good for time so far. Is this going to be a chance for Maitland, or is this an in-lap? I actually can't tell. I can't tell if Maitland's just getting ready for his next lap or if he's pushing right now. He's just working his way up the gears and he's keeping to that race line as neat and tidy as possible. I wasn't a fan of that exit from Ollie Maitland. He does go P4. Fourth fastest so far. Maybe that final exit costing him in the very end. Safely in towards Q2, you would assume. Now Deacon Emerson in trouble. Deacon Emerson in trouble. First race of CRL F1 2022. And Deacon in a bit of trouble. A bit of trouble indeed. Two of the league's oldest racers, veterans in the craft as you would. Braden being one of them in the Alpine. Fernando Alonso-esque if you must. Fernando Alonso-esque if you must. Ooh, trekking a bit wide but staying with the race line. Braden starting to pick up pace and looking a little bit better than he did before. Yellow flags in this sector. And I think it's against that Aston Martin that's creating traffic here for the Alpine, who does get away from him. No real impeding play made just there. A 1:28.919 is currently the benchmark set by Emerson in P15. That's currently the time to beat. And will Braden be able to beat that? A 1:28.919 is his target. Will the Alpine hit the line in a quicker time? The answer, just about. Just about. He'll get one more bite of the cherry, you would think, in the time that's left to elapse. Sam Magnuspin hits the line. He's going to go for a flying lap now. Ignore me. Deacon Emerson now through Stewart in towards Prost at turn 15. The left-hander now. And the final right at turn 16 as he gets on towards that final race line. Deacon Emerson, a 1:28.602 set for the Merc. The Mercs in Australia having what seems to be a torrid time, to say the very least. Can it improve? Yes, it can. Uncle Deacon into Q2, it would seem. Now Locks is in trouble. Sam Magnuspin, Braden and Locks all to join deal as it would stand. But only one thing can change. There's only one constant, and that's the three drivers at the back needing to beat the time set by Locks. Braden and Semcola are both in trouble. Braden and Semcola both in trouble. Locks to hit the line. Can he better his time and put Joey Coots on the cusp? Yes, he can. A third fastest lap from Locks puts Joey Coots on the brink. Let's see who's next up. Who's next up? Braden's going to be next up, you would find. But with 1:20 already on the clock, I don't think he's going to get the chance to push. He may get one more lap out of this one. He could be in with a last gasp attempt at getting into Q3 or Q2. But we'll see how it goes. Semcola, will he get over the line in time? Just about, I think. No, he won't. He will. Sem gets just over the line. He'll get one more chance. One more chance. Braden's out. Oh, he's up. Braden's out just ahead of Sem. I swapped off him on that flying lap. He's hit the barrier here at the side of Jones. A poor exit puts him into the wall on the left-hand side. No red flags. They're still allowing racing to go on as he's just off the racing line, I believe. Veering left there puts him just off the racing line, allowing for yellow flags to go up. So now we'll see Braden's out. Only Sem can put Joey out in Q2. All the pressure in the world on the shoulders of the AlphaTauri. Sam Magnuspin. Oh, Coots has no time for that. The target's just been even lessened. It's Stitch. Stitch is the next man to target. Will Stitch hit the line next? I think he will, and Stitch could get a much better time. Stitch could really shore things up. Locks goes fastest in Q1. Will Stitch beat his time as he hits the line? Stitch for the line, P5. Now Jack GG's in trouble. Jack GG's already finished, however. So now the benchmark is there again. A 1:27.958. A 1:27.958 is there. The Red Bull, the AlphaTauri, the Sublet, the sister company to set after the Red Bull. The AlphaTauri of St. Magnuspin hits the line. Not quick enough. Falls 4/10 short. And that is our qualifying. Our three drivers out in Q number 1. Semcola, Braden and Dio. The Belgian, the Dutchman and the Englishman all out. Fastest in qualifying, the Dutchman Locks. The Dutchman in the Red Bull. The Dutchman in the Red Bull. Who'd have thought? Call that man Max Verstappen. Sorry now, guys. I just plunged my face into cold water because it is very, very warm. Very, very warm, and I'm sat on my PC commentating a Sim F1 league because I don't know. But let's just say I just want to clarify for anyone who may be like worried. I have in fact had sex before. Yeah, okay, never mind, sorry. Right, let's make sure that's all set up here. Ooh, Chiro out. Chiro out. Who's going to see that now? Is that Maitland? Not even. Chiro out. You sure about that? Let's see. Noah. Is he next up for the line? There's a small little queue now of drivers who've all been sat in this little DRS train going in towards the line. Next up, Noah, fastest from the Englishman. George Townsend will pip him by another second. Jack GG beating Noah, but not beating George Townsend. who seems very fast. Archie East, even quicker in the Williams racing car. That's what we love to see from the Williams outfit. Fastest set so far by Archie East. Uncle Stuart now out on track will get a chance. Who's next for the line as they all just queue on up? Next over is going to be Ross Vincent. Fastest time so far in first as it would be. Let's see, Uncle D. In fact, Stuart, who I just clicked off at the worst possible moments, just went 5th fastest as well. 5th fastest on your first flying lap? Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I think for a lot of these drivers, Ross Vincent could retire now happily and be in a comfortable spot for the race. He could retire now and be in a comfortable spot for the race, as it were. You know what? Let's do something a little different. Let's sit with Ollie Maitland. Maitland himself, we saw him drive a few times and quite well in Australia. I think one of the inaugural races I got to commentate in Formula 1 was Australia with this very man in a Haas. We know how quick he can be, we know the pace that he can offer, but what can the Ferrari do? We know Haas are now powered by Ferrari, and now inside that main body outfit, Ollie Maitland for the line, looking to beat the time set by Jake. He will not do so, falling short by just about 0.2 of a second. Falling short by just about 0.2 of a second in the Ferrari. Stitch will look to be able to make amends and join his teammate in Q3. Q3, folks, meaning the top 10 drivers from Q2. The top 10 will go through. The bottom 5 will fall out. We've got one guaranteed fallout from Q2. England women winning 5-0, 38 minutes in. Who are they playing, Loz? Who are they playing, Loz? Who are they playing? What's the name? Oh, I remember I read one name that is like Beth Mead. Beth Mead Smells. Pass it on. You know? Norway. There's no way. There's no way. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. My oh my. Stitch hits the line, 3rd fastest from the Ferrari. A very, very crisp start to Q2. Lamau, she scored today. They call me Mystic Jack. I predict these things. They call me Mystic Jack. I'll knock that off here. So let's see. Uncle Deacon. Oof, not looking good for Deacon, I'm afraid. Joey Coots. A league old-timer. A league old-timer at that. Paired up with a, I believe it was a league newcomer with his teammate. Bit of an interesting dynamic. Very loose on that rear right from Joey Coots as they want to pick up the pace again. Very loose from Coots. In fact, he's with Sem Cola, if I'm not mistaken, who's also in the AlphaTauri. So Coots very much, I'd draw parallels with Pierre Gasly. Sem, with the way he drives, I'll definitely draw parallels with Yuki Tsunoda. Coots going first and fastest in Q2. Maybe not even Pierre Gasly, maybe more of a Max Verstappen-esque type drive, but a very good lap from Joey Coots. A very good lap from Joey Coots. Uncle Deacon, the only driver on track yet to set a time, as he trundles his way now through turns number 10 and into 11. The sharp left-hander now at the start of the 3rd sector. Bit of a brisk hit in towards the curb there, it seemed. Maybe losing some time, and he will pay for that later on down the line. Right-hander now in at Ascari, facing down in towards Stewart at turn 14. It's 6-0 now. Lauren, mate, why aren't you playing for them? Why aren't you playing for them? You're fucking trolling. Uncle Deacon with a point to prove, a 1:18.119 by Coots to beat. Won't beat it just yet, I'm afraid. He'll be a few seconds off of pace. And as it stands, completely off pace, really, when he's not going to make it to Q3 unless he can better his time. I wish, Lamau. I don't know, Loz. I don't know. I reckon you could have got there if you weren't fat. You know what they say? You know what they say. That's what I'm saying. God damn. God damn. God damn. Oh my days. Let's see who's next up for the line that's not safe. Noah's Noah. Is this an in lap? Oh, this is a flying lap. This is a flying lap from the Williams. Desperate to improve, desperate to impress. Noah's Noah. A 118.119, the guideline, but P3 is quick enough for the Williams. Puts him in a safe spot and now puts Tyler Berry on the cusp of elimination. George Townsend, who we saw go fast on a few occasions, now at risk of going out in Q2. Locks, fastest in Q1 on the wet compounds, now has to show what he can do on the slicks. And on the slicks, we watch him go through turn 6, 7, and 8, now down in towards Clark, the slow right-hander, in towards turn numbers 9 and 10. 10 being the left-hander that faces you down into turn 11. Turn 11, sharp left-right, in towards Crofty and Ascari. My oh my. Shit. Jack GG looks a little bit quicker as well. A little bit better for wear from the Red Bull. He talked about how he could be finishing last today, how he's a second and a half off of pace with the other drivers and the pace that they can offer. But what can Jack GG do at that? Well, what's the name again? Let me try this again. Get that here. I'll literally DM the group asking for Jack's surname. P7 from Jack puts him in a safe spot. Deacon Emerson now genuinely on the cusp of elimination. Josh lap. Chili lap. Let's look at the Chili lap then, because Chili seems to be going. Oh, he's 3/10 up. Maitland could be in for a stonking lap right now. On the final turn off the back of turn 16, Ollie Maitland with eyes for the line to compete with Coots. Goes fourth fastest, a solid lap. Up 6/10. Jake and Joey at the same time? Wait, they did. What the fuck? They got the exact same time. Interesting. That's interesting. What the fuck? I mean, whatever works, works, I guess. Uncle Deacon on an outlap. George Townsend on a flying lap through his third sector off the back of Ascari into Stewart now. The left-hander at Prost. Oh, and the slide on the curb. So costly as he ends up on the race line. George Townsend re-enters in front of a Red Bull. Was that Jack GG's Red Bull? I think it was. It was Jack GG's Red Bull, which was already invalid. I'm a no-line god. God damn, Joey. God damn. Good stuff. Good stuff, Mr. Coots. So as it stands, danger zone is Ross Vincent. And the Alfa Romeo locks will be out. Tyler Berry will be out. George Townsend himself will also be out, as will Uncle Deacon. Which of these drivers will be able to strong-arm their way in towards the third qualifying session before the start of this Australian Grand Prix? Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Setting ourselves up through this third sector. Well, through the second sector, sorry, with Jack GG. Oh, Uncle Stewart. Is he out? Is that a retirement on track? It's a retirement on track. Okay, that's safe. Uncle Stewart's still safe. Oh no, but the slide on the wall! And Jack GG, that was off the exit of turn 11. He just seemed to catch a little bit of curb. And he just lost it so quickly, losing his wing as well. So as it stands, Jack GG is safe, but now that he's crashed, he's in trouble, because he won't get out again. He won't get out again. And that sets a bar for some of these lads to really compete. Deacon Emerson Will he hit the line in time? He has one chance at it, one bite of the cherry. A 1:19, 0:18 is the time for him to elapse. He hits the line too slow, and Deacon Emerson has one more attempt, but does he have the fuel to do it? Does he have the fuel to give it a go? We'll find out soon. Ross Vincent was in danger, now completely safe. George Townsend out. Let's check here. Tyler Berry in his third sector now as time ticks on down and runs out for these drivers. It all seems to be a little bit too much, a little bit too late for some of these guys towards the back. Jack GG now in the pits, no improvement on his time. He's safe as it well. He is safe for the time being, but if Tyler Berry can beat the time set by Jack GG with a 1:18.969, he'll be safe. And doesn't he just? He beats it. Very, very slim margins, but he gets there. Tyler Berry's safe, and he seems to be lifting now, no longer able to go on a flying lap. Jack GG out now in quali. Locks and Deacon. We'll sit with Deacon first, because Deacon's going to be first of the line. And Deacon's up a 10th. Deacon's up a 10th in that middle sector, in towards the third. He has one more corner, the small right-hander at turn 16 before the line. A 1:18.588 is the target for Deacon Emerson. He falls short, he won't make it. Now all eyes are on Locks, the Dutchman in the Red Bull. It's Max Verstappen-esque from Locks. Quickest in P1, has to really set something up now in Q2. He'll have one more chance, one more bite at the cherry to put himself in a solid spot. A 7/10 improvement, oh my days. Either way, only one man can put Tyler Berry out now in qualifying. That man is Locks. The 1:18.588 to beat. Can he beat that time? He just does. Oh, by 600ths of a second, puts the Alpha of Tyler Berry in trouble and out. What a session. What a session that was. And out. So, your Q3, Ross Vincent's Alfa Romeo shadows Aston Martin, Joey Coots in the AlphaTauri, Jake TPA in that Williams. Is it the Williams? I think it's the Williams he's in. Is Jake TPA in the Williams? I think he is. Archie East also out here. Stitch's Ferrari. Noah's Noah in the Williams. Ollie's Ferrari. What an incredible, incredible exhibition. Fastest in Q2, Ross Vincent. Safely into Q3 now. So we have a Red Bull in Q3, two Williams, a Merc, I see, is at an AlphaTauri, an Aston Martin, an Alfa Romeo, and the two Ferraris into Q3 before the start of this Australian Grand Prix. This looks nothing like Monza, let me tell you. Archie East first out now in Q3. Folks, a 12-minute session in Q3. This will assume the first 5 rows in our grid for the start of the Australian Grand Prix. Live from Chile Racing on twitch.tv. Jack, I did. I switched off, I think, last second. But, well, no, I looked at it, then I looked away, so I didn't catch exactly what you did. But I saw it was a little bite of the curb or a bit of the gravel. How did you not die? I actually don't know. I think because you hit the wall too square, Jack, sometimes, like, if you're sliding along the ways and you hit it too square, it'll just put you into a spin. Oh, boy. As long as we don't get a repeat of what happened in, oh, what track was this? What track was it not too long? Was it? Oh, what race was it? There were so many safety cars. I can't remember what race it was recently that had all the safety cars, for the life of me. Spa, that one. Yes, of course it was Spa. People going off top of... Was it Baku? Oh yeah, it was the Battle Royale in Baku. It was. No, Bucko, it was Spa because there was 3 racing laps, essentially. There were 3 or 4 racing laps. Baku had more racing laps, we just had 10 drivers left at the end. Spa was a shit show. It should be in the VOD still, Bucko, if you want to have a look. If you go on the VODs, have a look. There's a TikTok made in it where I got pissed off because there was another safety car. Not happy. Back of the race, Noah, provisional pole for the Williams. A 1-2 with Archie East, as you would. That could be in for an interesting state of affairs, an interesting debacle, as you were. Next up for the line will be the Ferrari of Stitch. And let's see how quickly Stitch can go, because the Ferrari, as we know, very quick this year, this time with Stitch and Ollie Maitland on board. I believe 2 Welshmen, if I'm not mistaken, on board with the Ferrari team. So Stitch with the left-hander on one more sharp right. Oh, loose! So loose from Stitch, who crashes on the apex in front of the line, and he causes so many issues as Coots also goes wide. Oh no! He takes a too big of a chunk out of the apex, and Stitch is out. It's ruined Coots' flying lap as well. The way he's crashed right in front of him as well. Oh, it's so unfortunate from Stitch. Oh my, oh my. A rough state of affairs. We're watching Ross Vincent go for the line now. Can he beat Noah's time and beat him for pace? He hits the line, his second row for the Alfa Romeo. I've done that 100 times. Oh, he lost it. It's the exit of 16 before Stewart. No. It's so unlucky because there's fuck all you can do about it. There's literally fuck all you can do about it. Hikes? Yes, exactly. Exactly. Let me check this here. I want to make sure this is all right. Oh, Jake. A spin off the bottom of Ascari and re-enters. Interesting from Jake. Interesting place to re-enter at that. Alarm bells ringing, I guess, for the Aston Martin, or the Alpine at that, rather than the Aston Martin. Bit of a yikes moment right there, bit of a yikers. Ooh, Stewart, second row from the Mercedes. It was. He was eyeing up pole the entire way, but he's hit the barrier. Now Shadow, will he get a chance at the fastest lap? Will he get a chance to sit in the front row this time around? The Aston Martin of Shadow in P8, as we read, hits the line and goes third row, joining Ross Vincent, beating only Coots and Locks for time. Not a great time set by the Aston Martin. He'll be looking to best that very soon. He'll be looking to beat that very, very soon. Noah's Noah. Invalid already. We're a lap in. Archie East also invalid. Uncle Stewart no longer... Well, now he is invalid. Okay. Maitland in the pits. Shadow in the wall. Like, lads, who do I watch? Who do I watch? Who the fuck do I watch? Outlap. Okay, Joey Coots, early outlap. I could fall asleep now waiting for these cars to hit the line. 3 minutes to go. Watch the one crashing as usual. Yeah. Mate, Simon, I don't know what it is. It's like I pressed... So the best way to put it is I press the numbers on the top of my keyboard that correspond on the left with how they are. So if I hit number 1, it's watching Noah. If I hit number 3, it's watching Stuart. In a race, I look for the smallest gaps. The amount of times I look at the smallest gaps, I hit it. And as I hit it, someone's spinning or doing some stupid shit. It's mental. Mental. You know, we'll sit with Joey Coots, though, because we know Coots is very, very quick when he wants to be. The, what did he call himself? It was the legend without the racing line, something like that. We see what the AlphaTauri can do. A very quick Q2, as we saw earlier, but a Q3 that's looked a little bit lackluster, to say the very least. A 1:25.303, the best time he has given us so far. Oh, and the curb won't help either. Takes a nice little bite out of the sausage curb and goes over the curb again, as he would, towards the exit. Takes too big of a bite and just slides on out. So Coots with a few blank spots as well on the tyres. The no-line god, as he would, now with no racing pace. Jake TPA yet to set a fast time. This is the Alpine's time to shine. It's a front row lockout, as you would, from the Williams so far. Provisional pole with Archie East as it stands. Next for the line is going to be who? I think we're on board with the next man for the line. I think Jake is in fact the next man that can compete, because Joey did in fact spin. Next round for the line will be Jake TPA, as we sit with him now through Ascari in towards Prost, and then the final left-hander at Stewart. 1 minute on the clock, it reads as well, folks, here in Q3. 1 more minute for these drivers to get a fast time in as Jake rounds that final corner. Eyes for the line. Jake puts himself 6th fastest, beating Shadow's time minorly, not being able to beat Ross's time as it would stand, and already invalid. No more laps from Jake TPA. He retires the car. Coots going for a second bite at it as well. I'm guessing after his slip up towards the 3rd sector last time around, he won't want to make the same mistake again. Big bite out of the curb, massive, well, I'd nearly argue invalid over that corner as well from the AlphaTauri, who fights his way now in towards Ascari. Wide line, adopting to go narrow. Braking nice and early as well, 147 kilometers per hour for apex speed for the AlphaTauri. That 1:17.774 is the guideline, is the time for him to beat, is that one chance that Joey Coots will get if he wants to put himself in a reasonable position for the start of this Australian Grand Prix. It won't be pole, it'll be the 2nd slowest time we saw so far. Yikes. Archie still provisional pole, as you would. That's a Mercedes off the track. That's Uncle Stuart off the track. 2nd row will be all that Stuart can work with. A bit of a rough one for the young driver. Now, Ollie Maitland also making moves the same way. I think Locks is a little bit ahead, however. This is the Dutchman in the Red Bull. This is our own homegrown Max Verstappen, as he would a 1:17.774. Still yet to be beaten. Locks 5th row. Ollie Maitland next up as he comes around the final corner with Stewart. Maitland, oh, it's a very loose exit off the corner of turn 16. Maitland to hit the line. It's pole position for Ollie Maitland in the Scuderia Ferrari. It's pole for Maitland as it would stand. Who's next for the line? That's the question. Will Shadow be up next? I think he is. Can Shadow beat Ollie Maitland's time of provisional pole? Will he be able to beat it? It's all pressure now on the Aston Martin, who hits the line now. And I don't think he's beat it. It's pole position for one of the oldest men in this league. The veteran as he would, the founder as it is, with the Scuderia Ferrari. Ollie Maitland on pole for the start of the Australian Grand Prix. How's he done that? How the fuck has he done that? How in the name of God has he done that? 0.037. Ollie Maitland on pole in Austria. So, for what will be the first time in CRL Formula 1 Season 1 in F1 2022, it's lights out and away we go. And it looks as though we've got a good start already here from Ollie Maitland, who gets away from Archie East. Shadow desperately trailing and hoping to find Archie East, but Shadow's in the wall at turn number 1, and a massive shunt puts him in the barrier. And it's been a shocker of a start for the man who is in 2nd row. And now we have a safety car. The sniper's back, folks! What have I just done? Surely Chili counted Tommy. First of all, Tommy, a happiest birthday to you, sir. I saw your tweet. A very happy birthday to you, however belated it may be. Second of all, if he wins, I might as well eat my own underwear. He sweet chin music looked like her. He did. DMs. Perfecto. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. Well, that ruckus seems to be cleared up now, so racing resumes. Ollie Maitland still maintains the lead off this Australian Grand Prix. I don't think we have a safety car, do we? No, that's a DRS zone for everything. Yeah, no yellow flags. Everyone's still all out. Archie East and Noah's Noah, the Williams racing cars, trail our race leader, Ollie Maitland, who sets the fastest lap with the Scuderia. Yellow flags, and oh, that looks like, oh, Dio. Wait a second, Jack GG also, that's Goodliff. In a bit of poor form, Jake TPA into the pits. You're like, Shadow, I watched what happened, I saw what happened. Oh, and track limits for Maitland. On second lap, Maitland gets a track limits warning. Oh, and he's running even wider. It's like he's using a square for a steering wheel. What's going on? The no-line god in the mud. Very likely. Oh, so early on the brakes from Maitland. Archie's going to be just sat behind him, absolutely starving, looking for his opportunity. Look at that, the move from Ross Vincent. Noah losing 2 places now to both the Italian outfits in Stitch and Ross Vincent. So Vincent and Stitch now making their way through this corner at Ascari through Prost. Ascari through Prost as Noah's trailing. And trailing well, the battle still commences and is ongoing. Ross Vincent is quite quick now in comparison to Stitch, and we will get DRS this lap as well. The restart fucked me, damn. It's a bit of bad luck. A bit of bad luck at that. A bit of bad luck. Just, you can see the drive. Oh, and Goodliff's out. Goodliff out for blocking the pit lane. Goodliff out for a DQ. Black flags. Interesting. The battle for the podium, as we'd see it, still has Ollie Maitland at the front with a penalty to apply. Archie East in second in that Williams. Looking solid, but also Stitch looking like he's on a good setup so far on the soft compound. It comes down to how far they're able to get out of these tyres. What range can they get out? Another 3-second penalty for GT. Townsend in trouble. Is there any more shorter gaps that I can note? I think Noah's Noah closing in now on Ross Vincent, who's had a few poor exits now, and the Williams of Noah's Noah has been eagerly awaiting his opportunity. Oh, Kirsten Mann. Skadoosh out. Shadow out. Jack GG out. Yellow flags across the board. Have we just incurred a safety car? I think we may have. I haven't got the notice myself. It just says yellow flags for all sectors. I think we have ourselves our first safety car of the afternoon. Let me just check here with Braden. Yeah, it's a safety car. Great reputation in building. God damn it, Shadow. Yikes. Yeah. A very, very rough start for Jack GG, for Shadow, and for Skadoosh, aka Dio. I didn't, Jack. I didn't. Odds on a Deacon DNF. You're willing to bet, Nick? Goddamn. Yeah, go on, Jack. Do it. Send it to me. Jack Igoe? What the hell, K-Dog? Oh, that was laggy. That was really laggy. Let's just sit at the front. Does Maitland swap? Is this where Maitland swaps? Surely it is. Yeah, okay. Maitland swaps. East does not. Stitch swaps. Ross does not. Any of the drivers on mediums. Noah swaps. Okay. Okay, is this a hard swap maybe for the rest of the race? If Noah swaps to hards here, this could be just a full stint. No, it's a soft compound. Oh. Gambling on at least one other safety car maybe. Bit of a interesting strategy choice. Archie East now leads the Australian Grand Prix. OMG, Jack, what's up, Kirst? Oh. 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 I'm so cool. Maybe. Maybe. Chiro gets himself a penalty for multiple time warnings. I don't like how it doesn't tell me there's a safety car. I need your emotes again? Goddamn, Jamie. Goddamn, Jamie. Jamie, if you do use it, I have my activity feed up on my right for my own channel. Benji, it always is. Always is, bro. Oh boy. The waiting game now, isn't it? Safety car is out for at least one more lap. At least one more lap. Can anyone beat Chile? Yes, everyone. I'm going to be honest, yeah. Especially with the penalty on board as well. He's not in a good spot. I think I want him to... You lost VIP? Jamie, I'm not going to lie. I rinsed my VIPs, but you're probably going to get modded. Anyone that had a VIP before, that I've had like in my chat for a while, they probably get modded. Thank you though, Jamie. You're the GOAT. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Jamie, more than likely, when I go back into my chat to sort it out. I was one to Twitch mod. Alright, Jenk, see you, bro. K-Dog, good lord. That face is sweet. No, don't. Slapping. Slaying, right. Slaying. Yeah, no, Tommy, I actually don't know, or Ross even. I actually don't know. Because someone like Ollie I'd want to win. I'd want any of the old timers in the league I'd want to win, but no idea. Pander with the Nyom. Oh god. You're sounding an awful lot like Lauren Pander, I'm not gonna lie. So now we get ready for the restart. Now we're ready for the restart as they all just slowly find their way up. I'm going to keep my eyes on Joey Coots on the soft compound, trailing Uncle Stuart and Ross Vincent. But Archie East leads this Australian Grand Prix as we get green flags and we can resume racing. We'll sit with Coots until we see a better battle. Oh, and I've sniped him again, it seems. He re-enters the race line. It becomes hectic towards the back and he just faces backwards. Oh no, it could not have gone worse. The curse of the commentator strikes again. He's been sniped. Spinala. Let's see here. Closest battle is that Noah's Noah and Ollie Maitland. Maitland's already hopped up 2 positions. Oh, and Cola's out. Cola is out. Oh, on the right-hand side, a rough exit here off the back of turn number 6. And he's in the wall. It's the curse of the commentator. Call me Murray Walker. Oh, no. Is that another one? Not another one? Not another one? I don't think it is. I think we're going to get yellow flags. Chiro in the points. Exactly. Deacon just punted Joey off. Did I miss that? Did I just miss? Was it Deacon that punted Joey? I think Joey was spinning before that. I think Joey was definitely spinning before that, I thought. Oh, safety car is out. Safety car is out. I thought Joey was spinning. That was that spin. Shit. I wonder if Deacon's streaming. He got hit from behind. Well, maybe Capital. If someone could clip that again for me, please. I'd love to see it again. If someone could clip it again and send it to me on Discord, that'd be great. Because I thought it literally was Joey sliding, and then because he slides, that came. God damn it, Sam. My game tabs out, my AI drives into someone who spun. Oh damn, I have high hopes for Sam. Ross, buddy. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? How many drivers to finish? 10. 10. D. Thank you, Capital. As we get green flags and we can resume racing, we'll sit with Coots until we see a better... Is that a shunt or... I think he has been T-boned, you're right. We'll sit with Coots. To be fair now, until we see it looks like he gets on the brakes really early, but I don't know. Maybe I want to see Deacon's POV. Look in the mirrors. Oh wait. Coots until we see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot you can look in the mirrors. Yeah. Yikers. 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 I'm so pissed. Shadow, bro. Shadow, I hope you clipped what happened to you from my POV. I reckon 10 easily, Capital. That's what I'm thinking. It's whenever these lads are bunched up, they just don't know how to, like, they don't know, like, racing etiquette. Like, well, no, they might know it, but they just don't know how to uphold it. It's like someone will lose traction really early. Yeah. VR sim, yeah, honestly. Yeah, Shadow, you have a lot of chances, lad. A lot of chances. Don't worry just yet. Look at Shadow. He could be anything like that fucking Blizz lad. Anything like Blizz, and it's a different story. Sam, I didn't, but I saw your vehicle in the wall. I didn't. That's what I'm saying, Capital. Anything can happen. Was it even recording? Damn. Yeah, honestly, with the way that it's going anyways, with as many safety cars as they are, qualifying means very little. Very little. You could start each race with the worst performing drivers from the league. Like, genuinely, you could start, like, you get the table after today's race, flip it upside down, and start the next race with a reverse grid from that, and the people at the bottom would still win, and the people at the top would still die. That's just CRL F1. Safety car in this lap, and confirmed. Like Bahrain started last season? Yes. God damn it, Shadow. Joey rated spun both 1 and 2. Yeah, honestly. Honestly. I'm tempted. I'm inclined to sit with Maitland now. Or do I go Coots? I'll go Coots this time because now he's right behind Deacon. This time he's right behind Deacon so he can make a move. Yeah, no, Tommy, without a fucking word of a lie, this man is the reason why driving safe and sound, or like driving as quietly and safe as you can, is the best way to do it, it would seem. We get green flag to the resumption of racing this time around. I'll still sit with Deacon this time, maybe. In fact, Coots is already battling. Coots is already ahead of Emerson, and he gets in ahead in towards turn 1. Ooh, Tyler Berry decides to park his car. You can't park there, sir. He has to get out of the way, very near to that racing line. RGE still assumes the lead of this Australian Grand Prix. Maitland still setting after Uncle Stuart. 2 veterans in CRL F1, 2 world champions in the Haas's, now in the Merc and the Ferrari respectively, here to make it work. George Townsend right behind the Dutchman of Locks. Locks being the Dutchman in the Red Bull as well. Our very own homegrown Max Verstappen up against Townsend in the Haas. The Haas of Townsend looking a little bit slower. Oh, Coots, what's happened? What has happened? He's in the gravel. Joey Coots is in the gravel, and I'm not sure what's happened. Maybe we'll get an update on that soon enough. Deacon now chasing Stitch, the Welshman, in P10. Loose from Deacon, very slow as well. Looks as though he may have some sort of damage. I've heard that one before. God damn. Ooh, wide from Townsend again. The handling from some of these guys on these cars has been so poor. We'll sit with Maitland, however, in the battle for second place. Or will we? Because Ross Vincent's battling with the Haas. Chiro with another penalty for God knows what this time. The Kappas, yeah. Chiro, well, Ross Vincent still setting after the driver ahead. That driver being George Townsend, trying to take the inside line. The Haas covers up, but they're 3 abreast going in towards turn number 10, and that's Noah to get ahead of George Townsend. Sitting in this train of slipstream, that DRS train as you were, now getting in ahead. The Haas looking so low in energy. Now the dive in from Ross Vincent. Townsend sees him coming. He lets him let in ahead. A very different start. So Noah's no on the soft compound now. Still early on the brakes it seems from Locks and contact. Forcing Noah around the long way, but now with DRS enabled, the Red Bull may not be completing into turn number 1. This could be as close as you like. Ross Vincent will watch him from behind. Noah trying to take the inside line, will not put himself in a position where the wheels will lock on in. Will do, Jack. Will do. Noah now affording to hit the brakes. That bit later, Locks has to yield, does yield, and Noah gets ahead in P5. Chiro now setting after Ollie Maitland, about 2 seconds in the difference, but Maitland only has his eyes on the prize, and that prize is Uncle Stuart. RGE has taken off into the sunset now on these 11 lap old mediums, but Ollie Maitland is just hunting for that position from Uncle Stuart. There will be DRS very soon as well. That detection zone is in about 2 turns time. That detection zone starts here, I believe. Now to stay in within that 1 second gap should not be an issue for Ollie Maitland as we round the corner into turn 1. He'll be shown the inside by Uncle Stuart. He'll sit in the slipstream for as long as he can, and Ollie Maitland will get himself his position back in towards P2. He now has his chance to set after Archie East. Locks now behind Ross Vincent, about 1.1 seconds now, as the gap gets wider by the moment. Uncle Stuart now still trailing that race, well, the penultimate position leader of Ollie Maitland. Yellow flag for sector. That's against Locks, and I'm not sure what for. I'm guessing we may see him in the wall here. No, he's back on track. Maybe a reset to get things going smoothly. Coots still here for the fight, still here for the battle. But the question being is for how long is Stewart is just desperately trying to get back within DRS range. And it looks as though he will. It looks as though Stewart will at that. He's right in behind Ollie Maitland going into turn number 14. I'm sorry folks, my throat's killing me right now. Absolutely killing me. Yeah, Chiro has a lot of penalties. Oh, and Noah knows that. Noah knows that. He'll go the long way around Chiro in towards turn number 1. Chiro is aware of this man's position as they battle into turn 1, but the soft tires simply have that better grip around the corners. And even with DRS enabled, I don't think this will be enough for Chiro to shut that gap down. Chiro will try shut it down, but in the end, he just has to give way to Noah's Noah, who now gets himself up into 4th. Ooh. A bit loose there as Chiro gets even more penalties. This man's on for a marathon of a rerun. Honestly, if I'm Chiro, I'm serving those penalties in the pit. I'm serving them as soon as I can because I know for a fact a safety car is winning me this game. Just chasing. Keystering any sort of angle. Stitch is looking for his move on George Townsend. The Ferrari against the Ferrari powered Haas will get the outside line, will go the long way around. Townsend will be aware of it but cannot contain Stitch, who gets himself up into P7. Can I show the penalty time? Yes I can. Yes I can. If I go to spectator menu, I go down. No, it's penalties. As you would see it. Oh shit. So let's see. Smallest gaps I can see, George Townsend and Stitch again. It'll be George Townsend and Stitch again, although Townsend does have penalties to apply, and a lot of them. As it would stand, if I'm reading that correctly, that Mayland would still not be on the podium with a 6-second penalty embargo. Le Carbisic, no idea what that means, Sam. Just trailing, trundling, hoping to shut that gap down. It's as if he has no DRS. It's as if he has no DRS. Stewart now into the pits. Now a strategic swap, it would seem, from the young driver. He still leads this Australian Grand Prix. Let me get the tyre stats back up. If I go back to this one. There now. Stewart and Noah and Chiro all in the pits. Chiro serving his penalties. Oh, yellow flag in the first sector against a Merc. Who's Merc? Is that Jake? No, it's not. Who's that in the first sector? Is that Deacon? No, it's Stewart. Stewart with a slow start out of the pits. Interesting. Not sure what's happened there, but I'm sure we'll be caught up to it in no time. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check what I got sent by Mr. GG. Now, these could make me lag out, actually. Shit, didn't even think about that. Right, hang on.
Right, mute.
Yep.
Lights out. Away we go. Good start. Stitch gets... Oh, look at that for a start from Stitch. Holy shit. Look at Stitch's start. What? Inside line. They yield. Oh, and shadows in the wall. Look at that start from Stitch. That was class.
Right, mute.
Okay. That's the deltas. This one. Behind Stewart. Slipstream. Wide line. Late break. Stewart late back in. Late on the brakes. Late on the brakes again, defending. Keeping the race line. Oh, and then the curb. Just gotta let them all past. Oh. That's Dio. Just went straight into him. Yeah. And then this one. Oh. Into the pits. Yeah, nah. You've been cheesed. You've been cheesed there, I'm afraid. That's a yikers. That's a yikers. And then there were 12. Chiro out. Yeah. Yeah, that's a yikers right there. Yellow flag first sector. Chiro out of the Australian Grand Prix. Ollie Maitland now leads the Australian Grand Prix. But with 6 seconds worth of penalties, I believe. Honestly. This looks promising. 11 laps to go, folks, in Melbourne. And Ollie Maitland leads comprehensively at the front. Question is, can he get those mediums out for the entire run? Or when will he blink? When will he make the move for the pits? Ooh. It's a question of who blinks later, really, at this point. Smallest gap, locks Archie East. Archie on fresh hards. Yeah, that man's... Yeah, no, for anyone who doesn't know, Benjamin is quite literally Canadian. He's Latifi. Wow, what a great race, what a great race, Nicholas. P17. Ten laps to go. Where's the racing? Tyler Berry on George Townsend. Berry right in behind the Haas of Townsend. It's the Townsend versus Berry battle in the first sector as we make our way through Jones into the second. Straight line speed looks really good from the Haas so far, and the Alpha's being tested. Being really badly tested as well, as he's trying his very best to stay within range so he can maybe, just maybe, get himself that DRS open again. Sat in behind the Haas here, taking his sweet, sweet time. Townsend on the soft tires should be that little bit quicker, but Berry just seems to be able to stay within range. He seems to be able to stay with... Oh, loose from Berry. Oh, and that will cost him time and probably hinder all of his efforts that we saw so far. Let me just knock this up here. If I go down to this. Because now this is the only thing that's beginning to matter too much now. I think capital. I think I know that saying. It's like it's a first the worst, second the best. Yeah, that one. Not quite. Not quite. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm wondering, does Maitland blink? Surely he doesn't. A safety car would hinder him badly and would put Ross Vincent on for a chance to win his first ever race in Formula 1. My oh my. His tires won't make it to the end. If that's the case, Capital, then he's got to get in the pits ASAP then, really. Yeah, he's got to get in the pits ASAP. We'll see how that works, because right now that gap is still wide between him and Ross Vincent. There will be a serious race if you can get in. Yeah. We'll see just yet. There's no real close times. Closest one here is Noah and Deacon. But that's still a fucking mountain. That's the closest gap I can see. So does Maitland blink now? No. He stays out. I think he's going for a Capital. I do think he's going for it. I think there's no way he waits till the final few to wait. Archie's a second a lap quicker. Yeah. Only issue there is there's 7 laps and Archie's about 15 seconds behind. He can nurture them. He's on 40%. It'll be close. It'll be close. Because he also has 6 seconds of penalty, so about 2.5 seconds of like run time. And a flawless run from Ross has been really good so far. Either way, we're on for a different winner in Formula 1. Has Stitch ever won an F1 race? Can someone confirm? Has Stitch ever won an F1 race? He's got podiums, but I don't think he's won. No. Okay. A podium at the Spa. Thank you, Capital. Thank you. Staying out, yeah. He's nurturing them as best as he can. As best as he can. It's going to be a trek because I'm just keeping my eyes on that time the entire time. What are the tires like for wear? I wonder. What are the tires? Does Maitland hardly has? He's probably got the worst wear in the entire grid. He has to. He has to have the worst wear in the entire grid. Where's the tires? Oh, here, leader. This one. Yeah, 18 laps on these mediums. He won in... Look at lads. Kenside Vizosu. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what C1 is. And that's not a shade thing. I don't know what C1 is. I'm guessing it's the league. But has he won in CRL Formula 1? Two and a half seconds. It's still the gap. Ross Vincent can't shut the gap down. Maitland's still got better. Now it's starting to see a little bit better. That's a few tenths he's gone up now. Maitland's pretty much struggling at the front, but it's as best he can do. Oh my. Crofty posting? God damn. Biggest shit posters in town? Damn. 2.1 seconds now, the gap pretty much after penalties applied. Lads. Oof. The only thing he's got to be careful of now is track limits. Track limits are going to be so important now in the final 5. Oh, that is called Crofty posting F1. No way. GT with another penalty. That puts Deacon in a better spot. Locks has put in a shift on these hards. 20 lap old hards. Oh, look at that. That's 3/10 off now. Oh, it's a slugging race right now. My oh my. Small gaps. Archie maybe. That's the smallest gap. Uncle Stewart. Oh wait, sorry here. Stewart and Tyler Berry. 0.7 of a second. And DRS very soon as well. In fact, DRS is going to do really well for Stewart here. Stewart could move up the ranks here if he can get himself back within range. Just trying to keep himself in that wind tunnel. 0.7 of a second. He'll have DRS. It'll be opened up, but I doubt it'll do him any good. I doubt it'll do him any good. Yeah, Archie and Stitch's DRS, he is. Good comms, good comms. You know what? Let me check this. Abu Dhabi Season 2. We'll do 3 results. Oh no. Abu Dhabi Season 3. Oh my, okay, right. No ERS though, you're right. This man has drained all the electrical energy he had available. But this is all that matters really now. It's at the front because Maitland's going to the very end. He's conserving these tyres as best as he can. But it's going to be a serious shift if he wants to keep them going. The first pole position I saw in a long time from Ollie Maitland. Interval... Where is it here? Tire penalties, right. Look at that. 2 seconds to go in the gap now. Ross has 2 seconds to shut the gap down to win his first Grand Prix. Maitland has, what, 1.8 seconds to maintain the final 3 laps to win. This is it. This is it. Tyler Berry squeezing George Townsend now in our middle sector. Ooh, try to check back on the inside, but gets the door shut in his face. Tyler Berry still hungry for every bit of ground that he can get. 2 more laps, 2 more laps. The gap is just so wide. Back to Tyler Berry, I guess. As close as you like as we get slipstream once more and DRS now on the restart. Upshifting, an issue for Tyler Berry. Oh, into the wall he goes, but he keeps it just about. That could have been a bit of horrific there. Stitch is on the podium. Stitch is on the podium. Maitland now 2 laps away from what can be said to be a bit of a miracle, as he would. Abu Dhabi 2 seasons ago. That was the last time Ollie Maitland won a race in Formula 1. My oh my. We'll see. Because 1.6 seconds is the gap now. Oh, and it's 1.9. It keeps going up and up. It's this braking. It just helps me so much. Maitland getting a bit of grass there as well. A bit of gravel. This is going to be so close. It'll be so close. Lads, the way I see it, we're either getting a first-time winner in Formula 1, or we're getting one of the OGs winning. Berry, another penalty. Not good enough, I'm afraid. That will hurt him a lot. A lot. It'll put him in the points ahead of GT, but it still has him in a world of pain. 1.8 seconds, the gap between Ross Vincent and Ollie Maitland after the application of penalties. We're in our second to last lap, and we're sat with Ollie Maitland as he does so. It's been incredible. I never thought I'd see this narrative again. I never thought I'd see this narrative again. It's not something we're accustomed to. It really is now 1.5 seconds now, the gap between Ross Vincent and Ollie Maitland. And Ross Vincent just hasn't shut that gap down quick enough. Noah's Noah now with a penalty that could help out Deacon in short time. But we enter our final lap with Ollie Maitland. December 2020 into February 21, folks. I took on my first casting gig with CRL Formula 1. And in that race, it was won comprehensively by Ollie Maitland because he was quite simply the quickest driver at the time. Since then, we've had many drivers come in, many young, many old, all coming with the same intention, the same will to win in Formula 1, to get a win in CRL Formula 1 while racing in a league with some friends and commentated by yours truly. They all wanted to get that special moment on screen because that's what it all meant. Since Maitland won that, I think the last time I saw him win was in Abu Dhabi in 2021 in a league race where he raced with Racing Point, if I'm not mistaken. He raced with Racing Point that time around, and it's been a while since we've seen him anywhere near the top. Ollie Maitland, for what I can say, for the first time in a long time, got himself pole position here in Melbourne in Australia for the first time in a very, very long time. And now it seems to be on the horizon for the first league race in CRL Formula 1. The Scuderia Ferrari are going to take it. Ollie Maitland reels back the years and wins the Australian Grand Prix. Ross Vincent will be the next man for the line in his inaugural race in Formula 1. He will come in on second. Archie East will be over the line as well in the Red Bull. Stitch falling just short at the final hurdle will look to get there. Locks and Noah's Noah with the battle for the line, but the penalties will put Locks in better form as he spins over the line for good measure. But what a race! Ollie Maitland wins the Australian Grand Prix. Deacon's over the line now as well. Tyler Berry. That was a brilliant race. A brilliant race, lads. What more could you ask for in CRL F1? Ollie, if you're watching this back, good shit, lad. That was brilliant to watch. That was brilliant.